I'm not going to read from the teleprompter. Soy del barrio. I'm going to just do it old school here. Because there's two things. As Latinos, we speak from el corazón, and tonight is very special for two reasons. Both the honoree, who's a very good friend of mine, but also the name of this award for Frank del Olmo, who is a dear friend of mine. There are many people here whose lives were changed positively by Frank. And I think we have an awardee tonight for the Print Journalist of the Year, Dianne Solis, who works at the Dallas Morning News. And I've known since she worked in Mexico, covering binational issues before binational issues were cool. She continues to do it today. She's even-handed, she's fair-minded, she's smart. As an editor, she's also challenging. So you got to say that, Diana. Yeah, that fact is true. But she's the kind of reporter everybody would want to have. She's the model for NHJ because she is bicultural, but she's also very professional, and she's also somebody who has not lost la raza. So I would like to say, Dianne, as a friend, una amiga, una persona muy íntima. I'd like to say congratulations to you. I'd like you to take the stage and come say a few words. Dianne Solis of the Dallas Morning News for Print Journalist of the Year, Frank del Olmo Award.
Well, I've known Dianne for many years at the Wall Street Journal, and what convinced me is that she's an intrepid reporter and a very fine storyteller. She was somebody whose clips I read carefully. I studied her clips and realized that I was on to someone who would be an exceptional writer and reporter, and that's why I hired her at the Wall Street Journal in Houston.
She will stay after a story until she gets it, and her definition of done is very rigorous. She's not satisfied with second-rate stuff. She wants to make sure she's got all sides of the story told well, and I love that about her. I think I just like seeing stuff under her byline in our newspaper.
She gets out in the community, she lets them know that she's there. She really gets to the heart of her subjects. She draws them out. She's just a very feeling, caring person. So she's able to get things that others are not able to get.
We did a series of stories on immigration, 5-part series. And she essentially lived on the border. She immersed herself in the life and times and era and landscape of the border. She came away with, I think, a depth and understanding of border issues that I think in many ways has been the foundation of her coverage ever since.
Dianne has really raised the level of immigration coverage here at the Dallas Morning News. She's asking the right questions. She is pushing people on stories. She's not taking no for an answer.
Well, she brings a great deal of passion, a great deal of concern, and a great deal of knowledge. I think she is so engaged in the topic that she just knows people and knows things that no one else in the newsroom does.
Dianne Solis is the consummate reporter and storyteller. They don't get any better than she.
Thank you so very, very much for this honor. Thank you, NAHJ, the board, the wonderful staff, especially Ivan Roman, Gary Pina. And thank you, Gilbert, for your friendship, for putting up with my mini berrinches, for your tequila. Many of us here are being recognized for how we chronicle life in immigrant America, a place of struggle and a place that is increasingly under siege. And we must balance a very cerebral world of constitutional challenges with a creative world full of characters who have a literary soul. It seems that every day we're asking questions about our Constitution, about whose Constitution is it, and whether or not it covers an immigrant who's here illegally. We're also asking questions about ourselves, who may have, or those among us who may have U.S. citizenship, and whether mass detentions are legal. So I thank all the immigrants who've helped me tell that legal drama, and I thank all the people in the supporting and opposing cast around them. In particular, I'd like to thank someone named Martin, who I think is sort of an immigrant everyman and represents the vulnerability right now of so many immigrants. Martin came from the old killing fields of Quiche in Guatemala to the kill floor of a meat plant in Cactus, Texas. In his very surreal world, he gave me his real name because his fake name would get him in trouble. And then the trouble came. The morning shift and a raid focused on identity theft. Martin worked the afternoon shift. And I'd also like to thank someone else. His name is Gary D., and he never gave me his surname. He just wrote me a very angry email, and I'll read you a small portion of it. It's time to collect all of these illegal immigrants and return them to their own country. I could care less about these cockroaches. Thank you, Gary D., for you two inspired me. You inspired me to work harder, to think tougher, and to very simply write. And mil gracias a todos ustedes.